Folks, Jenelle Evans is angry. Now, we know what you're thinking. Jenelle Evans is pretty much always angry. While that's true, it seems that these days, Jenelle is even more pissed off than usual, which means she might be the most furious person on the planet right now. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. You're probably wondering, what is Jenelle so enraged these days? And you probably won't be surprised to learn that she's pissed off for multiple reasons. In order to fully understand the root of Evans' rage, we need to go back a few months to when Jenelle was fired from the hilariously short-lived and unfortunately named Girl Shit podcast. Evans' feud with co-host Evan Clegg has been well documented. In case you forgot, Evans accused Clegg of stealing her Xanax while they were on set together. The 90 Day Fiancé star is now suing Jenelle for defamation. What's been less commonly discussed is Jenelle's friendship with her other co-host, TikTok influencer Gabby Egan. Egan is pretty much the only one who has Jenelle's back these days. Gabby even paid a visit to the land last month, where she and Jenelle documented their adventures, which seemed to consist primarily of pounding White Klaus poolside on social media. Now that Jenelle is suing all her other friends, Gabby is really the only one who's willing to support her publicly. Unfortunately, Mrs. Egan has problems of her own these days. According to a new report from TMZ, Gabby was arrested in Vegas over the weekend while on vacation with her husband. The couple was celebrating their third wedding anniversary in Sin City when things went horribly awry. It seems Gabby was asked to leave the marquee pool club at the Cosmo after she went on a tirade and began screaming at other patrons. It's unclear what set her off, but it seems it was not easy for security to calm her down. "Why do I have to leave, you king bitch?" Gabby reportedly screamed at security guards. She was detained while police were called, and witnesses say she attempted to kick one of the security guards in the testicles. The cops had to be called, and that certainly wasn't the end of the story. Gabby was free for a split second when the arresting officers switched out the security guard's cuffs for their own. Egan reportedly seized this opportunity to try and kick one of the cops in the testicles. She then head-butted one of the officers in the nose and threatened to stab one of the arresting officers. Thankfully, both kicks were deflected, and Gabby was dragged off to the slammer without further incident. She's since been released on bail, but she'll be forced to return to Vegas to face a slew of charges in the very near future. It's bad news for Mrs. Egan, of course, but it's also bad news for Jenelle. Not only was Gabby the only one backing Evan's claim against Evan, but she seems to be the one and only pseudo-celeb who's still willing to be associated with Jenelle. And the arrest couldn't have come at a worse time for Jenelle. In addition to the fact that she's currently wrapped up in multiple messy legal situations, the critics in her comments sections have been louder than ever in recent weeks. These days, Jenelle's alleged alcoholism is a major topic of discussion, and her best and only friend being arrested for drunkenly assaulting a cop is not a great look. Maybe it would be best if these two moms stay away from one another for a while.